G'day, we are playing Islanders again. We're now on to Island 2 here. Now, unfortunately, I had an issue with my recording, so we are starting with just a very few things already built. We have one lumberjack up there, and then just some seaweed farms crushed into a corner here, which I'm not sure were the best idea. But let's see how we go. So we'll get that guy in here for 5, and then we can have this guy enjoy 14 sitting between them. Now we need 3 from these guys, so we are going to be just over with what we've got there. So we've started off in a very poor way. What we really need is a seaweed farm, not seaweed fields, because I've put this guy in a corner and that's it's creating a disaster. So let's start off with this guy. Now the question here is, who do I think should actually enjoy the city center? I kind of think it's the houses as opposed to the mansions. The problem is I don't think either of them is going to get me all the way to what I want, like, or rather what I need to sort of be over the edge. And so I can't just place these guys separate because I'll crash and burn. So I actually do, unfortunately, have to have a mansion in there. So we're going to try and avoid using the mansions again. For now, I'm going to try and just have that be where our houses are located. Get a 14 out of him there. Is he going to get any gains anywhere else? Doesn't look like it. Let's roll him as far down that way as we can go, because then possibly we can have another mason on this side. Again, that means that we're going to have to put another one of these guys over here. At least we've got a lot of ground to work with down the bottom here. Go farming. So that's where we can go our mason. It's weird that we're seeing those, like, sort of roots all the way to the bottom. Not sure that's meant to be a thing. Because every time we sort of get near, it really shows it off. Oh, he actually likes being near the mason too. At the very least, what we want to do is try and have a clear line between wealthy side of town, the mansions, and the smaller houses. Okay, so attempt 2 in trying to get several shaman. I can't decide if I just keep building with these guys here. I suppose we've already begun, so and we're in a bit of a struggle with the amount of points that we've got. So let's yeah, we've started with it. We may as well continue with it. Now this guy can benefit from being able to see the fields. He can also benefit from being able to see the town. So let's push him all the way in. Get a good 19 from him, just because we want to get nice heavy hits if we can. $19 there, 21 there. Go the fountains. Cool, we've got 2 shaman huts. They're a really nice get for our fountains. And we've made it to the next island, so any disasters that we have, at least we know we're safe. plug him in there. So many mansions. Okay. One of these guys, if we can get him to just sort of be essentially as close as possible, but then just looking away. You can then do a similar thing with another one. That was sort of the goal with them. That's why he's in such a weird little corner. It wasn't for him, it was for everyone else that came after him. That would be beneficial. Alright, so... not really too much we can do with this guy. Oh, can we connect him to these stones? No, they're not big enough. It's really 5 is all we're going to get out of him, so we won't worry about him too much yet. That rock goes away, so let's put... what sort of a centrally farm? I think in most places these rocks are going to get right in the way, so let's just try and wedge in as close to him as possible. And these guys equally like both the small houses and the big houses. And this is where we go, I think, a plateau sort of in... I think a plateau on this side's more suited to what we've got. If we have a plateau in the right spot, we could get... we can basically just use it as where we place, like, say, a church, if we get it. Especially if it's surrounded by mansions, who also love being near plateaus. So that's our sort of design idea here. Is that we're almost doing that as a reserve spot for church. The fact that we can't put people on the outside of it is sort of a negative, I guess, but... alright. Slot him in that perfect fit. Alright, since there is an achievement that's related to towers, and we've got towers so early on here, I think I'll try and hold on to him as long as I can. Now, can you fit in that little gap there? Perfect. We'll continue with these guys. Where's that 13? How much of a slot fit into? So... would have fit there. Where's the 13 there? A little bit off, but we'll take the points. 9 over here. Let's try and get a fountain in a good spot. 15, 17, 36. Or a warehouse. Might actually be able to have some effectiveness in our warehouse placement this time. Alright, so let's get the 10 points for him. 9 points for him. So sort of 11 there. 12 up this way. 14. Not huge numbers for him, so we won't really worry about placing him yet. Can we get this guy sort of up? So 7, 8, 10. Take 10. Seaweed field. You can only see one or the other. We can't get both into the little shot, so let's go there. That's a field. He's a little bit too far removed that he can't. 20 there. Then we'll give this guy the field. Fisherman. If we go far enough this way... oh no, he doesn't like the fields there, so maybe we're better off just sort of swinging him on this far side and letting him connect to the town hall. Okay. The circus, if we can keep this on the far side away from any of the mansions, which it looks like we can, just there. We can net a nice pickup for him. Some parks. Let's see where we can get some good positioning cells. 20 there, 21 there, 19. 21. 20. 18. Gold mine. Luckily we've built nothing near the gold mine. Okay, so gold mine. This guy has to be built on the gold mine. This guy has to be built... What does he like? He likes mansions, doesn't he, in the statue? If we can get a good placement for him... He doesn't like the normal houses. So the loss, so we have 39, 44, 46 there. I'm going to give him that 44 because I've got a second plateau that I can also slot in and potentially get more surrounded by mansions. It also means I can now put mansions on top of this plateau. We'll also be happy. Market. Okay, 66. Now, he's getting 4 from the placement of these guys. So if I put, say, these guys just back away, get 9 for him, 9 for him, and then place this guy here, gives us another 8 for that placement. So we'll take that. Still hanging out for that third shaman hut. Go to the resort oasis. Another plateau. Now, plateau here means that we can surround a large building even further. Depending on what that building is how useful that will be. But even these guys like plateaus, so we can put... That's only 13, that's 15. So 17. 17 if we put him near the trees. We'll go 17 up there. Yeah, we'll go put him in place in 15 there. 9, 12, 15, but sort of where I want to put houses. Put houses on that guy, because you can see how many points we're getting for them. Temple. There we go, that's what we want. I keep calling it a church, it's a temple. Temple in here, we can get 93 for as is. And you see we're getting 10 per mansion. In fact, he's getting 8 per house. So he's not even like... they're not too mad about the idea of a house. It's a shame he's not close enough to a statue. The monument in the middle there. But so what we'll do is we will put down some more houses that we can get sort of nestled in there. And then while we're at it, let's get some of these guys in there as well. He also likes the, how far back does he go? I don't think we're getting anything else in there, so take that. So 129. You can see that's why you start sort of planning for him so early. Because you can really rack up with them. Now, not many places like walls, so we probably want to use them at the very end. However, the like, so things don't like being put next to walls, but walls do like being put next to stuff. So the fact that there's nothing sort of like left available where that wall is a fine placement for him. Okay, so the balloon doesn't like the temples, but does like the markets and the circus, so we can sort of go on that side. But let's have a look at what else he likes. Towers. Resort Oasis. Let's have a talk about our Resort Oasis. What sort of points can we get for him? There's currently nowhere really that's going to make him too happy. He's not going to be a big money maker at this stage. Wow, he can get real unhappy if we put him over here. Warehouse. Okay, so we can get 21 resources there. 24, 30, 38, I think I saw in there. 38 if we get him to that guy. So let's not take it out too. There we go. 38. He doesn't impact the balloon at all. Now, with our towers, we do want to start putting them, but in places where, like I said, they're not going to impact each other. So we can say put a tower there, and then we can put a tower... Sort of want him on this corner, so he's not going to impact anything. We can have another one, say, on that side. So he's getting 46. He's benefiting from there being houses around. So it doesn't seem like I need to sort of place him just yet. Alright. He likes being near the tower. A monument. Monument likes temples, city centers, parks and statues. Let's see how we can go getting another guy in here with sort of looking away from everyone. 30. That's a really good get. And back again. I'm not sure. What did I say? 40? 40. Get the tower in there. It's possibly I could have placed another tower to benefit him as well. The water plateau will allow us to extend our town out even further. I mean, 31 for even being in the vicinity of that one of those guys is pretty good. Let's go all the way up against these fields. All right, houses. Those houses are still picking us up some nice points. Wall plateau. Still hanging out for that that third shaman hut too. Anyone on shaman watch? Still waiting. All right, so 53 over there. I don't think that he's going to get too much better. So we'll go for that one. Continue to place houses in this sort of corner. So I think that a third tower, if we possibly get one over here, will do well. Second city center. So definitely this central section is going to have him quite happy. We need to have him just out of reach of that guy. Now, they'll get 9 or so. I think that we're better off having these guys sort of planted over that way. Fisherman, 4 points. really, they're going to be last resort sort of placements, I'd say. Brewery. Houses. Let's go houses. Okay, what are huts like? Huts like city centers, statues, shaman, fishermen. So they don't like the sawmills though. They do like the fishing. We get 11 for them over there, 7 for them down this way. I hate everything about that. Seems like this sort of... No, that's 11 too. 12. But they're not worth that much to me. Oh, down here they are though. We can have them in view of both city centers in this section. Go up here. Okay. Let's just go more huts. Alright, that's tower number 3. So let's just place a house that we might get some okay points for. 15. Then we'll make sure that we can lodge this guy in a spot where he's going to be very happy. So 53. 53. Not touching the other towers. So we are now in play to have just a 4th tower placed somewhere to knock off that achievement. I notice as well I now have 3 shaman. It's currently nighttime, but I don't want to place now. I want to place when the night starts so that I do actually get them all in the same night. So 1 shaman can definitely go here. There's heaps of room for that. 18 points there. So I'm just getting a feel for where would be good placement. So I did see 21. So possibly up there. 15 around there. The nights do go for quite a while too, so... See, I won't have to necessarily rush it, but... Better safe than sorry. I mean, it took 2 islands to get. I'm sure it's a scenario I could manufacture over and over again, but... Oh, like the 38. I go plateau crazy on this one. Especially for our mansions that just love being on plateaus. Slot into that cap there. Is there a spot? Yeah, cool. You can see 2 of them. Alright, there's tower number 4. So we do still want to get some good points out of it. Basically, he's just got to be sitting in a spot where he's not going to be seen by anyone else. There's that 49 points just there. There we go. You can't see it, but I can promise you there's an achievement there. Sure, there's enough achievements that I'm not even aware of all the ones that I'm potentially missing too, so at least once I knock over some of these ones that I am aware of, it means I can go reread and see what other ones there are that I can be chasing. Okay, city center. 34 points up there. Six there. Do the shamans not like city centers? Is the shaman going to complain about that placement if I put one back there? He would. So we get a 12 or a 15 out of him. 18. Saw a 17 there. 19. Another city center. Yeah, we'll take a 26. The idea of these mansions being happy that they're on these rickety docks. Alright, there we go. That's the call of the owl, signifying that night has begun. So we will go 30. I'll have a look to see if I can get guide down this edge, because I realize that that also would be quite valuable. 26. And then where did we have another one? 15s. Over this way we had a 18. 18. Boom. There we go. Achievement. 3 shamans in the one night. Now, unfortunately, our boy, can he slot in here with some valuable land next to a city center? Ideally, if you can have a town and then a city center, like a, amazing how much money that's worth. Like these overhangs hanging over a city, you can definitely get some good money from them because they're over the top of, like, their circle will capture the buildings below them as well. So do we have another good spot for these? I feel like there's so much wealth in this corner that we can hug a lot of shaman in there, and even if they can see each other, they're going to be pretty happy. We have a tavern I don't think I've placed. Tavern. Let's have a look at the tavern. It's money. 39 there. 43. 49. Been a while since we had Mason come up. I do like the town halls. And they don't love them. It's only 11 points we're walking away with. Enough town halls that we can just sort of position a town hall for the money it's getting, not for the town that we can potentially build around it. They really don't like their... $14. $15. Can't imagine that this guy's going to get placement anywhere where he's going to give me an actual, like, up score. I guess maybe all that. So let's place him before we destroy paradise even further for him. Giving us a lot of walls. We haven't even started with the brewery yet. So what is the brewery like? Likes warehouses, statues, hop fields, seaweed farms. So if I could fit you over here somewhere, you'd be very happy. But I can't. So... I guess we'll just sort of make you your own little thing over here. But even then, you're not going to fit that many fields around you, I imagine. Nine parks. Alright. lot for the parks to love around here. Trees this way, I guess I could give him 3 points. Sort of slot him in there for 7. There we go. That's 33. More fields. They're going nuts. Fields on this one. Well, the good news is we've got so many city centers around that get some good fishing villages out of it. $12. 21 I saw. This guy I do want to put here, because I realize that if I've got them built, then I can build this wall and get a fair bit, and sort of the walls I think that you put last, because once they're down, everyone else is going to hate being put near them. Stone Town up there can't have any parks. 12, 14. $15 in there, yep. Does seem like we're going to be close to done. Bit of a weird placement over here before that I did seem happy with. Only I could get it being able to see that guy too. Another resort oasis. Not our strong suit. That's 16. You slot into that gap? No. Alright, then we can place this guy. As good as we're going to get at this point. What are you going to give us? 14? Anywhere that you'll be happy. You don't like being near the seaweed field, so we can get 10 there. Or 26. Pick the 19. 19. Alright, so let's build some walls. And these are just a sort of an easy 15, I guess. There's like not too much to them, but give us something. love that the fishing villagers don't care too much about fish, but more like what can they see when they look out their window. 9, 6, 10. Probably some good spots for walls up there too, if I can get some. This is where we reach the point where it's like, all right, well, we now map out the outside of the town with walls that give us ridiculous money. Can't imagine that you like being near another circus. So what we need is sort of a plateau or something that you can sit on that you'll be happy with. Another shaman. 5, 9, 18. Was there a 20? Sort of block everyone in. Lumberjack, we'll take anything. 5. We go a little bit further that way, we can cut out one of them, so 6. No room up there. Another lumberjack. Four, sure. I don't have any room for parks anymore. Alright. Yeah, I'd say this will be us cooked. Just trying to find somewhere where the fence will go. I like all those parks, if I can. Alright, we need a miracle with this circus. 7. And it won't be a miracle, it'll just be a placement for as many points as we can get. 8 there. Minus 45 there. Let's go for that 8. I mean, we'll take the 7 too if it's too much trouble to find. There we go. Now, still feels like there was a lot of land left in that one. But, yeah, I'd say a very successful outing there. Island 2. After a very shaky little start at the start there, and apologies for missing those very first few placements. I think we did very well. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, see you later. Catch ya.